No, sorry. I mean, hello guys, welcome to my podcast. Again, this is my solo arc because, like, my friend kind of busy. So today we will interview with Tapeworm. He's a national syndicalist kind of thing. We will have opposing beliefs. So let's start now. Okay, Tapeworm, say hello to the chat again, please.
Hello.
Could you sum up your beliefs?
Essentially just an economy controlled by unions, or a socialist economy controlled by unions, where the means of production are controlled by the syndicates or the unions, and then expanding beyond that, I have some conservative elements, I guess. I would say I have minor traditionalist views on things. I'm a Roman Catholic, if that clears things up. I have a Mexican view of traditionalism.
My first question: can you be applied universally? Like, for example, you said that in your national syndicalist society, it will be in Mexican, will be based on Catholic, Roman Catholic Christianity, but can you apply it in other countries? For like, in Russia, the Christianity there is Orthodox. So can your role will be applied in Russia? Like in Thailand, we have like Buddhism and other things. Can it be applied?
I definitely think so. I don't know if it could necessarily be my exact views, but I definitely think that it could be adapted as like its cast could be adapted to, say, the Thai model or the Russian model or the Afghani model. It's truly it's just about how do I put this? Much the same way that fascism and communism have their own like national variants between. Like, think Italy, for example, that is the Italian fascist, and then think of Germany, and think of Spain with the Franco and the Nazis. So it's much the same like that, or with communists, like the Marxist-Leninists in Russia, and then
Maoist
MLMs in Peru, Maoists in China, etc.
Sorry if I cough a lot. I have really bad health right now.
My apologies.
No. I have to apologize to you and the viewers. Okay. The second question is that, what's your opinion on private property? In our previous chat, you have said things like the small and medium businesses, the SME, can exist in your vision of a national syndicalist society. So, but SMEs is a bourgeois construct. So, how would this be compatible with your socialist ideal?
I need to think about that one, honestly. It's kind of a hard question. Let me write it down in words. Let me.
Right down here. Right down here.
Down here. Thank you. Yeah, I really need to think about that one, honestly. It's a very difficult question for me.
I like giving difficult questions. I mean, my life, I have been through like difficult questions, like whether should I sacrifice myself for a revolution that the fruit I will never see, or live my life and see the miserableness of like authoritarian conservatism in Thailand. I've been thinking about just a lot recently. So it's okay, I understand you, man. I'll give you some time.
I need to think about that one, honestly. Can we circle back to that? My apologies, surely, but it's a bit of a deeper question than, like, I was prepared for it at the moment, so skip that one for now. I'll come back to it. Let me remember it.
Yeah, we'll skip that one. Okay. Another question is that, will the syndicates, the unions, be independent from the state, or will it be incorporated?
Yeah.
I'll circle back to two.
I think that unlike corporatism, like like in like Mussolini's fascism, for example, or the Catholic view of corporatism. I think that the state should be of the syndicates, essentially, with a sense of organic democracy, where the syndicates elect a national leader to be in charge of the nation. Like the best example I can give is I think the various Spanish syndicalists or Fiume in Italy, much like that. Well, Fiume is kind of a poor example because they're basically just a state capitalist economy, but regardless. I wish for the state to be made up of the syndicalists, so in that way I guess that the syndicates would be incorporated into the state.
Oh, okay, I think I understand that. So, to sum it up, you support a democracy where the syndicates, the unions,
Yes.
elect a bunch of leaders to control to make up a government. So, what you kind of say that instead of the state controlling the unions will be the one making the state. Is that correct?
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better.
Yeah, we can actually make a flowchart, but that's sadly I'm on mobile, not on my computer. Hold up, let me just close the fan. Oh shit. Okay. So the another question is that, well, what actually is organic democracy? It's like I have seen like the many people, like for example the traditionalist reactionaries and the fascist syndicalists, like saying things that like organic democracy is some kind of like illiberal democracy, or from I have read from the Alexander Dugin, the fourth theorist, like it's some kind of the people of ethnos choose their own destiny. I don't know. Can you explain what is organic democracy to me? I'm very confused.
Organic democracy is essentially just a system of several different groups, or not groups, just rather than people voting as individuals in a liberal democracy, like think your parents, they might have different beliefs, they'll vote for a different party individually. In organic democracy, it doesn't necessarily have to be with unions, it could be with any collective. So let's just let's say your parents, instead of voting independently as individuals, would vote together as a family. You would all vote as a family, as one single unit. My specific subset of organic democracy is union-oriented, like I just explained prior, where the unions vote on issues compared to any other collective, if that makes sense. And typically this is there's a philosophical background of organicism. It's basically just that the state should be emulated like a
body,
like a living creature. Yeah, like you said, compared to mechanicism, I believe it's called, where they believe that the state should be operated as a machine.
Very interesting. I mean, I'm sorry, but I have to get personal. Can I talk some personal things here? It's really related to your organic democracy. Hello?
I don't know. Repeat yourself, honestly. I need to think about that.
Again, please.
Repeat yourself, please. You might cut out.
Can I talk about how my family practiced organic democracy? Cause like it may give the view.
Oh yes.
So in my family, whenever there's an election in Thailand, most people will just I want elect individually, kind of like you're in the like mechanic democracy you have said, but my family is creating organic democracy. Everyone like plan, like everyone will just sit around the table and they will choose who to vote. Like you vote this party, you vote this party. They're planning like they're trying to dominate the parliament. Seriously, they don't have power. We are like middle class normal people. They just we just like vote a bunch of conservative parties in Thailand. They will like sit around in circle and everyone will just vote according to their given vote candidate, and then like for example, my aunt will vote X party, mom vote Y party, and together we will try our best to like make a big conservative coalition. It's funny actually.
Yeah.
Everyone nobody has a freedom, but everyone you have to vote this, and everyone just like open a fucking calculator and they will calculate it just to vote just to like vote according to the plan. And like if I grow up, I wouldn't have any freedom to vote, so because like we just sit around in a circle and plan. You vote this guy, I vote this guy, because it will make a greater conservative coalition kind of thing in becoming dominant in the parliament. I mean, organic democracy, as you said, you are unit oriented. I'm thinking about, speaking of family, there's things like distributism, the Catholic social teaching that's like view family as the smallest unit rather than the individual. And I mean, personally, I oppose organic democracy personally, because it just erodes individual freedom. Like our family was together as one family and not as one person. And imagine there's like one member of the family who disagree with the rest of the family. He lost his freedom because his family agreed to vote just this guy. I personally opposed it. But yeah, it's interesting idea. I respect everyone's freedom to beliefs. I will not force my beliefs to anyone. So that's just my criticism. How will you counter this?
Will I counter that?
Like, as I said before, in organic democracy, you vote as a family, not as an individual. And if you disagree with your family, you can absolutely do fucking nothing because you have to vote by the family anyway. That's.
I think. Or yeah, continue. Finish what you're saying.
I finished. Sorry. I finished.
I have a more collectivist view on things. I think a typical person would. In general, I kind of hate authority myself. It's kind of ironic that I'm the one saying this, but if I think that the decision is in sound of mind and it's reasonable enough, even if I disagree with it, I think I'll still respect it and just, for lack of a better word, just get fucked by my parents' decision to elect an official I disagree with, because, or not just my parents, but my entire family, because I just see them as more wise and more educated than me, as I'm simply just a child.
It's understandable. So you know that you are not given freedom yet. I mean, it's kind of contradictory. You don't have freedom. You want freedom, yet you support some collectivist will. But it's okay. I mean, everyone humans are contradictory in the end. Yeah. The next question is that why don't you support monarchy? I mean, the Circle Pudong openly support monarchy, but why don't you?
Oh, I do. I am a monarchist. I don't know if you haven't got. I am actually. I'm a fervent man, a monarchist. I've always been this way, truly. Ever since, even when I was like a little boy learning about the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, I always thought it was stupid that America didn't have a king. As to, this is a bit of a tangent, but what party I would put in charge of the United States would or not party, my apologies, what royal house, it would probably either be a descendant of the Washingtons or the Nortons, honestly, because I think it's just kind of funny. Possibly even the Jacobites, because that's also a bit ridiculous, but I don't know, I can't really think of a better candidate. Circle Prouton, I don't speak French, apologies for my atrocious pronunciation, definitely had their monarchist aspects had a very heavy influence on my own views. Like that of Birth especially, his views on monarchy heavily influenced my own. This is almost completely unrelated, but I was also very influenced by Napoleon himself, because I think, despite his absolutism, which I disagree with myself, I still think that he was a very important figure for the basically just the modern monarchist movement, because he kind of, well, he modernized it essentially. He expanded upon it with a more for lack of a better word, liberal conceptualization of it, which I don't necessarily agree with myself, but it was definitely a step in the right direction towards my own beliefs.
Oh.
Or
So
that
you are
of-
not absolutist.
yeah.
Are you a ceremonial monarchist or a constitutional monarchist? Semi-ceremonial or semi-constitutional?
Constitutional monarchist.
Oh, okay. So the monarchy still have the power to execute but cannot violate it. Oh, okay. Do you oppose the French Revolution cause like they kill the kings and shit? Do you oppose it?
No, because the Bourbons were kind of assholes. I don't really like the Bourbons. Never did. The Jacobins themselves are were pretty good. I support them on basically all their actions except for their devout atheism and attacks against the Catholic Church. If they were more Christianly, I would support them almost unilaterally, but they're not. The French Revolution, though, I think was all around a good thing. I think it was needed to happen in order to just progress society as a whole. Like, especially when Napoleon took advantage of the movement to crown himself. I think that was pretty much the natural conclusion to at the time. I think any sane man would have done the same as him. So I think, to conclude, the French Revolution was necessary.
Ah, okay. What's your opinion on the October Revolution that overthrown the Tsar?
Bad because I'm not very good at the Russian history, honestly. I think both parties were bad. Basically, everyone involved with the Russian Civil War afterwards was bad. I think the only ones I would have maybe supported is the Black Army.
Whoa, what's the Black Army? I don't know what's the Black Army, but never mind.
Macno,
What's the Black Army?
the anarchists.
Oh,
Like Macno.
ironic. You are a monarchist, socialist, and funny thing is that you are a monarchist and a socialist, but you oppose both in Russia and support the anarchist.
Yeah. I can get into that later, but that's really funny. I think definitely that the what was it? Yeah, the Russian Revolution. Both parties were bad in general. The October Revolution was bound to happen. The Tsar continued to make terrible decisions. I don't think he and his family deserved to die, though. I think they definitely should have been reformed into
Socialist monarchy?
Yeah. I don't know if the Leninists and the Mensheviks would have supported that, though. And I disagree with them because I'm not a communist myself. I never really liked communism. I thought it was kind of the most perverted form of socialism, if that makes sense. It's still good and superior to capitalism, but I think that in general communists are bad. So in the to sum it up, my views on the October Revolution are
it's
pretty much entirely neutral.
Oh, neutral. I wouldn't say you are neutral, but rather I would say that you are the anarchist. You side with the anarchist. Another question is that hold up. Are you a perennialist? Cause like most traditionalists or perennialists believe like this kind of like eternal tradition, cosmic thing. Do you agree with the perennialist?
Somewhat. I'm not very familiar with perennialism. From what I understand about it, yes. Let me read the philosophy ball on it because I think I'm getting it right.
Yeah.
But nah, it's alright. I don't really. I think there is a universal truth, but I don't necessarily think it's like the whole common themes thing is necessarily true. I think it's just a coincidence.
Oh, I have. I mean, I do really love. I mean, in the past until now, I really think that anti-communist socialists are cool. I mean, they're like, they are not sure. They're not like people who trying to commit terrorism. But I have an objection. I don't mean to say that all socialists should become communists, but I object to utopian socialism because they don't have any analysis. I mean, Marx have analysis of the capital and commodity and labor and the conflicting interests, and he's have some like realistic will, even though his goal is kind of utopian in itself. I kind of have to admit it. But Marx was pretty realistic with his own vision. Like, he knows there's gonna be problems and things. But my objection is that you guys have no analysis, have no original analysis of capitalism. I'm serious. Even though I am an anarchist myself, I have to admit that Marxian analysis is good, if you ask me.
When I respect Marx, honestly. I've changed my views various times, but in the end, I think his analysis of capitalism is a pretty good one, mostly because I don't really have any alternative, and the Catholic one that's provided is subpar, truly. But I think, Marx is probably the best influence. His analysis of capitalism is probably the one that I agree with the most.
What's your opinion on you? I have talked about a lot about you in the recent months throughout the year of 2025. I would say, I mean, you do really support violence against the bourgeoisie and other things, but what the Jacobin did because Bourbon assholes. I have a question. I mean, yes. but Catholicism is like, it's like Christianity is supposed to be peaceful.
Oh. Well, I have just the thing for you. Let me find the quote. I think that Catholics being quote-unquote peaceful truly just depends on who you ask. I mean, most Catholics are the ones that are first to bring up the thou shalt not kill, shall not murder debate that goes on inside Christian circles. Myself, I say thou shalt not murder because I think murder is like killing without purpose. St. Thomas says, what does he say? It's lawful to exterminate heretics, just as it is lawful to execute someone who corrupts the coinage of the realm. So, I think that it is necessary. I wouldn't really call myself a good person for my severe advocacy for it, but I think it needs to be done.
It's understandable. I personally am a pacifist. I don't support wars and genocides and shit, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Most Christians initiate violence, and the final thing is that you know it's bad, but you are still going along. What's your opinion on the Crusade War? The Crusade War that ended the...
which one?
There are like 5... I mean, all Crusade Wars. I mean, they've spanned like hundreds of years. All the Crusade Wars.
Yeah, all of them good. I'm not very good with them, like their numerology. I can't really tell you which one did what, but yeah, they were good. I wish the Byzantines were more willing to collaborate with them. I consider myself an anti-Zionist. I'm pro-Palestine because they're not Israel and they're not literally evil, but yeah, I'd say the Crusades were good. I think they're necessary, and I think they should continue, honestly. Not necessarily in a complete Catholic way, but just supporting Palestine against Israel, essentially.
Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting because most Christians try to deny the atrocities of the Christians in the in the crusade and you openly embrace it. I mean that's evil, but I understand where you're coming from. That's evil. Another thing is that what's your opinion on the circle Pudong?
Oh, extremely based. I don't think they had a single bad take. In simple man terms, I think that they were good. Almost unilaterally. I don't really support the branch of monarchy they picked. The House of Orleans, I think, is a liberal sham. I think they should pick the Bonapartes, but beggars can't be choosers. You get what you get.
What's your opinion on the May 68? The May 68, what happened? You're half French, so what's your opinion on the May 68? There's like a lot of socialist movement there.
Bad. I've never met a French person who actually likes it.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm ironically, and this is a bit hypocritical, but I'm a very, very diehard Gaullist.
Oh. Man.
And I think that May 68 was pretty shit. There's not really a way I could. I mean, I think honestly it did embrace the Sorelian strike quite well, but I don't think it was really good. It was a general strike, but meh.
I personally have read some of the works from the May 68. The situationists are cool, but I think that personally you should try reading some works from the May 68. I'm serious on it. I know that you are ridiculous, but nonetheless, I mean, it's worth a read because it's like very important in the contemporary society, and it has become the very, very fundamental for philosophy. So I recommend you to read those post-Marxist work from the May 68. I mean, you are Bonapartist, so I think that if you blend Napoleon III does protect the right to strike, so I think that you should read some to maybe just enhance your view or inform yourself, not to agree with, but to really inform you, but to like reflect about it. Okay, another question is that Mexico has no monarchy before. I'm not reiterate. I don't really know. Okay. 1 second. I'll just stop the recording for a bit.
Sorry about that.
You return. Yeah. I see.
Bless you.
My another question is that the Mexico. I am sorry if there was a monarchy in Mexico before, but as I've been heard, there was no monarchy in Mexico. So
No.
how could there be monarchy in Mexico? Who will be the royal family?
There were 2 monarchies in Mexico. There was one. The first one is the first one, which was no shit, but the first one was led by Agustin de Iturbide, I think. I think that's his name. It was directly after the revolution, or not the revolution, the Independence War. He was one of the main figures, and he led the nation, and he was monarch for a while. Personally, that's the monarchy that I would pick. However, there is also the Habsburgs, but I think probably the House of Iturbide is the one I would pick.
Another thing I have another question is that in Mexico there is it was so hot, but I hate the fan because the much better because like it's voice and shit, and the sound of the fan. But okay, let's just never mind. In Mexico there's a lot of kidnappings from like drug selling, trafficking, sexting, and kind of torturing people and record them and sell them in gore and upload them in gore website by mafia leaders. So how would national syndicalism solve that problem in Mexico? I'm curious about it. I'm very concerned. I don't want you kidnapped.
I don't think it would, honestly. I think the issue is beyond the economy. Is there needs to be an all-out crusade against them. Truly, they need to be a serious effort needs to be put against them. It directly affects many people's just daily lives. No one in Mexico at the moment gets in power without confirmation of the mafia. Every party is. Everyone already knows PRI and their heinous crimes against humanity that they've done. But truly, all the parties are like that. That's the only one that's been televised.
So basically, you cannot do anything about it. You need military and lots of weapons and shit, and the parties know that if they try to oppose China, try to dismantle them, they will get assassinated. Is that right?
Essentially, yeah. It needs to be. It's a way bigger issue than just ideology.
So how would also do your society abolish money in the national syndicalism?
No. I don't. I have kind of an odd view. I like markets essentially as the workers on the means of production. It's just like that, but you still get paid and such. I want market economy because I think it's otherwise. I don't think gift economies work that well. Because I don't think people can just be trusted to distribute resources themselves.
Yeah. That's a very nice view of you, because like you really follow Sorrel's pessimism really well. Oh, my cat is yawning. Hello, Charlotte. Oh, sorry, I'm back. So the way to abolish the mafia shit is to use violence, but then when you don't abolish money, they still have the money to buy weapons and shit. And I mean, it's understandable that you're really realistic. I appreciate it in the sense that you said that an ideology cannot abolish a fucking mafia gang, but I mean, how you counter it? Like without the abolition.
This is a bit of a lame answer, but honestly, I don't think I'm smart enough to decide that. My best solution would be, I don't even know, honestly. There needs to be, initially I was very opposed to foreign intervention in Mexico, but I've kind of seen the writing on the wall now, and the issue is way bigger than I initially thought, and I think it needs to be dealt with by basically any means possible, be it foreign powers or foreign aid or just complete total war against them. I don't know. I'm not smart enough for this.
So you admit that we need to declare war and there needs to be a war, but having war means that we will escalate the issues and make them more aware, and like they will know that we are mobilizing collective weapons against them. I mean, it will make them more credible. That's understandable, because like war, I agree with you. Actually, war against them is the only way. We need to like kill them. We need to kill them. And I have a funny idea. Actually, proletarian violence in a surveillance sense might actually can help destroy the mafia. When the mass is like, we had enough, we can actually try to pick up guns and kill them.
I would hope, honestly. Again, my apologies if you don't know this, but there already is a war in Mexico at the moment. This is the Mexican drug war. I couldn't do it justice. It's been going on for decades, but there already is like a conflict against the several cartels in Mexico. But I would wish to expand upon it, I guess.
With what?
Against with what did you say?
Could you repeat that again, please?
There already is a war in Mexico. There already is a war against the cartels. I think it just needs to be expanded, really. It needs to be less low severity. The severity of it needs, or not the severity, but the amount of pressure they're putting on them needs to be increased.
Okay. And another question is that what's your opinion on gender roles? Like, in most like Catholic ideology, they support like like women do things, men do other things. Do you support it?
Mixed views, because I do support it, but then again, I also got fetishized tomboys, so I have interesting views on traditional gender roles. I think for men, it's far more important. I think basically all men need to be masculine. I think you being gay is fine, but truly, I think you just need to be like a capable man, capable of providing for your family.
But a question: can women be the provider of the family?
Oh, yeah, of course. I just think like it's a requirement for a man to know how to do it, but women are also fine. It's no big deal.
So you support like voluntary things?
Essentially.
Yeah.
Not necessarily so, but yeah. Yeah, fact.
What's your opinion on technology?
Honestly, in general, it's a negative. I know it's kind of ironic because I'm speaking to you on a computer right now, but I think it's done more harm than good for society. I think about 2007 2010 was about the peak of tech, or 2010, or 2009 were all about that. Late 2000s, early 2010s was the peak of technology, I think, because we had enough. I think that, quicker processors and upgrade, like, performance stats are also good. I don't have an issue with that. The games are trivial. They mean nothing, honestly. They're fine. They can stay, but stuff like AI, a lot of social media, pretty much all short-form content, they all just need to... Their effects on society are clear. They need to go.
Even though I love technology and I'm pro-tech, I actually have the same stance with you. Personally, I think that you are pro-tech. I think that you like technology. You just hate brain rot and things that destroy our intelligence. Personally, I think that you don't really hate technology, but you just hate the brain drain, the fact that it makes society dumber, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, personally.
It goes on. I have episodes where I go more radically environmentalist and Luddite, but usually I'm around this where I am.
Oh, okay. I am an environmentalist, and in fact, I am more radical than you. Actually, personally, I am the schizophrenic for any kind of environmentalist. I believe that the whites should take over city again, and we should abolish the distinction between civilization and nature, and let animals flood the city. For example, I'm not a primitivist exactly as I said before. I'm a transhumanist kind of thing, but I believe that seriously we should stop colonizing nature.
Continue.
Never mind. It should be about you. So, what's your take on environmentalism?
It's like top 5 priorities, probably top 3 in my opinion. Very important. It's I'm a Roman Catholic, so naturally I think we should care for all of God's creations, and that includes plants and animals. And I think that there needs to be a heavy emphasis on them. I think all kind of very radical things. I think pretty much in any way that plastic can be replaced, it needs to be replaced, and it needs to be done very quickly. We are running out of time. Or, I don't necessarily think we are, but it needs to be done very fast. I think oil needs to be, like, all fossil fuels needs to be pretty much outlawed, and except for very specific scenarios. I think it should all be replaced with nuclear. Solar's all right, but mostly just nuclear, honestly. And for the issue of, like, this isn't necessarily environmentalism, but I think that cities need to be more effectively planned in order so they don't take up as much space, but they can have the same population. I want them to have also more green designs, I guess. This is ironic because I really like big cities. I have a severe admiration for bustling cityscapes like that of San Francisco or New York.
You should. My advice is if you really like big cities, right, and you really don't like basic, maybe you should try something called Derive. Derive is a thing, a situation thing is that you wander around the city without an aim, without just like, yeah, I want to go this way. No, you just like walk around without a goal, and you just kind of like explore your mind. Have that. I think that your love for urban cities, I mean, it can be explained through situationist lens and your love for nature. I think that you just really like green tech personally. Yeah. We agree more than we think.
I really like the forest as well. I find myself, if I could, I would be probably just wandering around in the forest at the moment, but it's too dark out.
Same.
I really like being out in the forest. This is a bit unrelated, but I have a very big knife collection that I use to just fuck around with in the forest.
Do you like hiking?
I'm a very I don't ever really go. I went duck hunting once, but that's really it. I really like to fish, but I'm also really bad at it. I have a very positive view on hunting. I think that there's basically almost nothing wrong with it, really. Like, it needs to be. I think it needs to be regulated, of course, but not much. I think invasive species should just be like. It should be like completely fine to hunt them without a license, and I think there should be even like bounties, I guess, like golden tickets with what's it called, animals.
What?
Invasive species. My apologies.
Veganism.
I'm sorry.
What should we want, like vegetarian and vegan diet? What should we want?
It's alright. I think it's a personal decision. It's not necessarily like something that like I think everyone should embrace. God forbid I can ever do it. I love meat too much, but it's a respectable decision. I think veganism is a bit out there, but I think people who just hate on vegans are kind of ridiculous.
I agree. Personally, I don't oppose vegan. I believe that it's an individual decision. Everyone should respect individual rights, but I personally think that vegan haters are bad, but only a few of them. Most of them are just reasonable people. Actually, for example, vegan teacher, most like eco-terrorist PETA or other organizations are sometimes too radical for my taste. Even though I am more radical than them, I don't really support that much violations of liberty. And let's talk about other issues. What should we talk about? You talk about that your socialism is just not a radical change, but rather change the mean ownership from the bourgeoisie to the working class. But there's a conservative critique of this actually from Oswald Springer, as I mentioned you earlier in like when we talked together like several months ago. So our speaker said that socialism is just capitalism for the poor because it changes the means of ownership from the boss to the workers. What do you think about this?
I think that's simply just he kind of hit the nail on the coffin, honestly, but he got it all wrong in the same time. Socialism, I mean, he perfectly explained it, but it wouldn't be for profit, essentially. Everything would be ran more like an organization than a business or a corporation, if that makes sense.
Oh.
Profit isn't necessarily the first thing at mind. It's like the quality of the product, I guess. That's how the market would sort itself out. Or the syndicalist market.
Yeah, you have a very unique view and you're very reasonable and expected. Also, in Pokemon, I'm sorry, I don't like to mention this, but let's just say, what's your opinion on other national syndicalists in the community that you interact with a lot?
List some off for me. Just go ahead and throw some names out there, and I'll tell you my thoughts on them.
Yellow, Shoes on Rock, Spoon, etc.
Yellow is probably the most different from me. I like him on a personal level, but ideologically we have almost nothing in common. So, negative politically, yes personally. Shoes on Rocks has kind of also lost her mind, but she was always insane. But yeah, I still respect her. I think she's very... I respect her still. Who were the other ones you said?
Spoon.
He was my mentor, essentially. I am devout to that man. He is just about one of the wisest people I know. I heavily respect him. He's had a lot of influence on me.
Oh, interesting family of ideology.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on syndicalistic, the anti-Semitic, black New Yorker, bisexual, and anarcho-primitivist girl? What was your opinion on her?
Oh, Fuki. She's fucking insane. I wouldn't call her a syndicalist, honestly. She has completely lost her mind. I follow her on Twitter though because she makes some really good shit posts, but I incomprehensible. Word vomit. I can never debate with her.
There's another traditionalist communist. He's like the meta aristocracy, the senior traditionalist guy, the Brism or Darius Duck. What's your opinion on Darius Duck?
Darius Duck. I know pretty much nothing of him. From what I know, he's pretty cool. Don't know much about him.
So, it's almost like 15 minutes, so I'm sorry, I'm showing a candy. Hold up for a bit.
We forgot Marcy.
We don't talk about him. We don't talk about
pretty
him.
much just Marcy.
Oh, let's talk about Marcy.
I think Marcy. Oh yeah, Poison too. She's not actually a national syndicalist because she's kind of illiterate, but she agrees with me on pretty much every issue. Both of them are very based. Poison's probably the closest person I know to me ideologically, and Poison is effectively my Tunisian clone.
What's your opinion about me?
You.
Yeah.
You're a very smart person.
Thanks.
Put it that way. I think your views are honestly not. I don't know your political views. Simply, I just know that you ask a lot of questions and that you're a pacifist. I disagree with pacifism personally, but I think you're very educated on the issues or not the issues, but the topics you care about.
Thank you so much.
I'm not very familiar with your political beliefs, honestly.
Yeah. So, I am not really literate about philosophy and political philosophy and things. Politically, let's just say that I am and kind of generic bro enlightenment guy. I am an anarchist. I am a laicist, fair, socialist kind of thing. I am first. I'm just I don't know. Particularly, I let's talk about my journey. Now that influenced my will. I was a reactionary. I was an absolutist. Actually, in the past, like, I've been brainwashed by my mom, my family. I was a staunch and absolute monarchist. And then I learned about Cold War, and my family opposed the NATO and believes that they're responsible for the democracy and everything. So I began to support Soviet Union. That's why I became Marxist-Leninist, even though I didn't read anything from Stalin, Lenin, or Marx, or Engels. And then I later became disillusioned with conservatism because of it. I mean, not conservatism, but reactionaryism. I became disillusioned because of its violent rhetoric and also I became just a generic social democrat, libertarian, because I don't like authoritarianism at all. And then I read more. And then I have a debate with an agorist, and then I was convinced that I am an authoritarian scum, and I was not libertarian now, so I became an agorist. I am very influenced by liberals and libertarians, like sport informed governance. I would say a blend of technocracy and democracy. Like, everyone is just educated. I'm serious on education, and my views are just transhumanist plus environmentalist. I believe in, let's say, biological liberty. Animals should be free, humans should be free, we should enhance ourselves. My argument for socialism is that it's the most efficient system, more efficient than capitalism, because everyone just gets what they need. Survive, or what they want to create a project that will make society better. I don't know what I currently am. I am currently studying. I'm very confused about myself. I was just scientific, let's just say scientific libertarian guy. I'm very influenced by Karl Popper and the British analytics. And I'm also influenced by the CCRU, the schizophrenic Dickland Mark Fisher guy. I'm also very influenced by postmodernist criticism. I overall don't really have Sanix out of 10. A very eco-tech, eco-guy, tech bro, anarchist. That's my view.
See, I think this is a bit of a tangent, but I respect anarchism because I think it honestly reminds me of myself, but I think it's simply just a bit too utopian. I do think there needs to be some kind of leadership at the end of the day. As much as I hate authority myself, like on a personal level, I think it is a necessary evil. And adding upon that, I think that the state itself, the concept of state, is kind of an unnatural one that needs to be done away with. It's not Catholic, essentially. I think it's not organic, if that makes sense. Inorganic, yeah. So I respect you on your decision to be an anarchist.
Thanks.
Will that be all? Let me see.
Also, what would you say about the current state of the world, and how could it be changed to your vision?
The current state of the world, it could be better. It's not the worst, but it's pretty bad. Liberalism has kind of a death grip on the West, and I think that's a fucking tragedy. On how to change it, or actually I'll expand upon my thoughts of the current state of the world. I think that honestly, there is a threat of real political violence in the U.S. at the moment. It's getting concerningly. The fire rises is concerningly accurate. I don't really know what's in the future. I don't really know if anyone does, but I think there is a light at the end of the tunnel, essentially. For how I would change it, I am a bit too young to really say. I would say I'm not intelligent enough. I mean, obviously, I'm a revolutionary who wants violent change, but I don't know at the moment. Kind of a lame answer, but a revolution, but I don't necessarily know how. I don't know if now is the right time.
Tapeworm, I have some sentences I should have asked this. What's your opinion on censorship and surveillance?
Yeah. Surveillance, pretty much always bad. Just fuck off with my, I want my privacy, essentially. And for censorship, also bad. But there are some things that need to be
Censored.
put off the air.
For example, child porn should be censored. Even I am an anarchist. I believe that certainly everyone should just ban child porn.
Yeah, I agree. My views on censorship are interesting. I don't know. There aren't. I mean, in America we have freedom of speech, but we don't truly. I'd say like you can't like say you're a pedophile or something, or you want to commit like acts of domestic terrorism.
My family is coming downstairs, so let's end the podcast. Yes. Bye bye. See ya. Say something to viewer, please.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye, viewers.
当然。